First, I want to make a summary of the paper. The basic structure is first make a brief introduction, and then comes to the most important part, which is the cognitive load theory, and finally it made a conclusion. So now I want to dip into detail. In this introduction part, it connects with the problem, which is map viewers have trouble remembering what they saw and integrating it into their current knowledge. Then comes to the CLT, which is the cognitive load theory. It mentions the ways to manage cognitive load in map animations. There are two approaches in the common sense. First is to increase the amount of user control over the map. The second is to impose more structure in animation by using introduction screens. And it explained it in three aspects. The first is user control. User control can reduce learners' cognitive load with animations, and interactivity makes map more engaging, which makes users feel more active instead of being passively accepting the information, and it's easily force users to be focused on details. The second aspect is to split attention effect. A split attention effect can reduce learners' cognitive load with combined presentation of audio and visual information. And the visual linking related items can reduce extraneous cognitive load. And the third aspect is the modality effect. Visual and audio streams should contain unique, not redundant content. And the material is most effectively understood when it's close in both space and time. And this paper also made a hypothesis that content on maps is not necessarily linear. So that's why the modality principle may not work as well for animated maps as it does for other animated media. And finally, it made a conclusion, and in this conclusion part, it raised the 9 principles for designing effective animated graphics. The first is to reduce workload from the eyes to the ears. The second is to segment content and provide pauses within the animation. The third is to use pre-training such as narrative introduction to familiarize viewers with important terms and ideas, such as repetition, which gives the readers more time to understand what it is. And the fourth is to remove extraneous material, which detracts from the animation. Fifth is to highlight important content. The sixth is to put related content as close as possible, spatially. And the seventh term, it mentions it should put related content as close as possible temporarily. And eighth is to eliminate redundancy. And ninth is to individualize content for a different audience. So that's a summary for this paper. In the next step, I will list 3 examples to further explain this. Okay, so the first map is the people of Aurora, Colorado. The main purpose of this map is to show the census data of Colorado, which has the 3rd largest population of the state of Colorado. More than 1/4 of the population is Hispanic. The context are the census data, including popularity, percent change, population, density, and family type from 1990 to 2010, and the time span is 10 years. The publisher is the Washington Census Department, and its audience is everyone. The technology used in this map is the couplets. First map evaluation. When the user's mouse is over a block, the pop-up text automatically shows details of this block, including population and what kind of people exist in this block. For instance, how much percent of black people, how much percent of Hispanic. So the visual linking related items reduces cognitive loads and can avoid attention distraction, which is quite good. The second map is can solve Slate's gerrymandering jigsaw puzzle. Well, the task is to put the ridiculously gerrymandered congressional districts back together. According to the webpage said, the purpose is to make the gerrymandering more exciting than ever. And the context are the electoral information. The publisher is Chris Kilk, and the data source is from the clerk of the House of Representatives. So audience, I think it's everyone who is interested in this puzzle or just pass by. And technology used in this map, of course, it includes the color place, but it's more like web mapping technologies like JavaScript or such technologies that can make different parts together. But I would say this map is quite interesting because it calls initiative of the users instead of being passive. The interactivity makes map more engaging by requiring the user to do something other than passively watch a predefined sequence of content. So, the interactivity is a characteristic of this map. The third map is Europe plunges into war. The main purpose of this map is to introduce the history of World War from 1914 to 1918, and it's a map series which includes 19 animated maps. The context are the audio introducing the history of the war and the maps, which shows Europe country. The publisher is Images et Savoir, which is a French company designing and publishing multimedia, educational and cultural tools. This audience is everyone. And technology used in this map is animation. But for this map evaluation, this map adopts a modality effect and engages the eyes and the ears. As paper mentioned, there's advantages of dual model. Presentations only occur if the visual and audio streams contain unique, not redundant content. This map did a good job in this point because in this map we can seldom see descriptive text, so there's only voice which would use this map. Now we can see these three maps just cover the three aspects of the paper, which is the split attention effects, user control and modality effect, engaging the eyes and the ears. This is my presentation. Thank you for your attention.